The database assignment for CIS 101 has two sections. The first section involves manipulating SQL statements that are already structured for you using the SQL Zoo website. In the second section, you need to apply the SQL you have learned and write out the complete SQL syntax yourself using the supplied database interface. Go to the SQL Zoo website and choose Tutorial 0, Select Basics. Once there, read the information on the page and take a look at the excerpt of the table you'll be working with, shown at the top. Now move down to Exercise 1. This starts with a complete SQL statement that selects information from the table World, where the name of the country is France. If you click Submit SQL, it will show the population of France. This is not correct though, because the exercise wants you to show the population of Germany. Change the France to Germany in the example, and it will change the value you are searching for to Germany. Now click Submit SQL, and it will show the smiley face and say correct. Now move through the rest of the exercises here, doing the same sort of replacement on what it is asking you to do. Once you've finished the first tutorial, at the bottom of the page you can click on the link to go to Tutorial 1, Select Statements with Where. Let's look at Exercise 3, where we have to write all of the SQL from scratch. From our previous experience, we know we need to have at least two clauses. The select clause is the first one, and where we need to list the fields to show in the results as well as put calculated fields. The other is the from clause, which specifies the table we are querying. This question also wants us to limit the results, so we use a where clause to specify that criteria. Put all three out first, and then we'll come back in later to fill in the details. According to the question, the select clause needs to have two fields. One that shows the country name and the other that shows the per capita GDP. The per capita part means we need to divide the GDP, or gross domestic product, by the population so we can see how much of that gross domestic product there is for each person. The from clause needs to contain the table name. Here, that is world. The where clause needs to have criteria to limit the results to only those with population greater than 200 million. Now click the Submit SQL button and you should get the smiley face indicating we are correct. Complete the remaining questions in the same manner. For the next section, we'll use a database interface called phpMyAdmin. Log in as specified in your assignment and you'll be at the same starting screen that I am on. The left side has a panel showing databases. Click the plus next to the sales database to enter that database. Now click the customers table. Now click the SQL tab and type out your basic skeleton for an SQL query. The select, from, and where clauses, all on different lines. When we go back to fill in the select clause, we need to be careful to spell the field names correctly. A list of field names can be viewed in a variety of ways, but here I'll show expanding the columns of the table in the left side pane. When I choose fields to display using the select clause, these are the only names available. You can't choose to view something that doesn't exist. Let's select the fields: first name, last name, nickname, city, country, and region. Also notice that the first name has an underscore where there would be a space, so it's first underscore name, and the last name has the same. The from clause needs the table name and case sensitivity counts. Here, the table name is customers, all lowercase. The where clause would allow us to specify criteria to limit the results by. To start, let's take that off since we haven't seen the data yet. Run the query by clicking the Go button. Okay, now we see data so we can choose a criteria. Let's limit the results to only show customers whose last name field has the value dog. When we run this, we get the customers matching our criteria. In this case, there are 3. For each of your queries, make sure that you run the queries to ensure that they work. Have fun. The last thing to do is copy and paste your SQL code to your Google Docs document that you will submit.